Evening. Oh, you're not meant to be looking at that yet. That's what you're meant to be looking at. Evening, people. Evening. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, you are going to be in for a treat. We've got the Mitsubishi WRX versus the... Mitsubishi EVO versus the Subaru WRX. Round 1 last week. Round 2 tonight. We are live from Suzuka in these GR4 class cars. Now you can have a look at scores if you want. So leading the way is Mocking Weeks with 38 points after last week. We've got Pilgrim in second with 29 points. Nipping his heels is Apache in third with 28 points. Marshall in fourth with 27 points. Obi in fifth with 24 points. Got Ice Chan sixth with 21 points. Skippy seventh with 20 points. Tyre Slayer eighth with 19 points. Campo and Captain Pugwash joint ninth, 8th with 18 points each. Got Wrecking Ball with 17 points and Coffin Dodger at the back there with 10 points. And the overall scores between the Mitsubishi EVO and the Subaru WRX. The Subaru is just ahead at the minute with 138 points and Mitsubishi on 131. So we've got two 20-minute races coming up for you guys after a short little qualifier. That is actually kicking off now. So, merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up, dancemaker@googlemail.com. Right, turn the sound on. Remember that. So, who have we got in tonight? Pilgrim, Obi-Wan, Marshall, Mocking Weeks, Campo, Apache. Excuse me, Tyre Slayer, Bo, Captain Pugwash, Ice Chand, Coffin Dodger, Dazzler, Ricky J, and Skippy. So 14 drivers in the lobby tonight. I do seem to have a bit of a frog in the throat, so if there's a bit of coughing and splurtering throughout the night, apologies, but that's you're just going to have to deal with that. So let's have a look at these cars and liveries, shall we? So Pilgrim in the Subaru WRX. It's not me with the camera shaky, that's what PlayStation does. Marshall in the Mitsubishi. Mocking Weeks also in the Mitsubishi. Campo, Mitsubishi. Liveries this week by the looks of it. Apache in the WRX, full on monster hooligan livery on that one. Tyre Slayer in another WRX. Captain Pugwash, he's gone full Christmas again this week. Random Mr. Pugwash, Bo. He's gone for the full Chucky Milk selection on his Subaru. Ice Chand, standard matte green. He's got green wheels on this week, not yellow. For usually has yellow on the Porsche. Oh dear. At least it's mostly the good ones on there. Dodger in the EVO. All sorts of anime stuff over that one. Skippy in his OnlyFans. I don't know if he has an OnlyFans. I'm not going to check. Thank you very much. Scooby-Doo, where are you going? Ricky J, stick to the track, my friend. There's Obi-Wan repping for the team. Look, Dark Smoker, P1 Racing. Tell your mates and tell your mums all over it. So, let's go and have a look at times. I don't think anyone's actually put in a hot lap yet. Still on done out laps. Just coming up to the first of the hot laps now then. So, Suzuka, a bit of a tricky circuit. Oh, that's a bit of a shortcut there, Pilgrim. Let's get on board with Marshall. He's got himself half a second penalty, so that's this qualifying lap thrown in the bin. Anyway, so Lockie Weeks crosses the line with a 2:10.5 then. He was on pole, but Apache's just come through with a 2:10.4, so he sticks himself on the top spot for the time being. Just wait for everyone else to get through and across the line, and we'll run through a bit of a grid order as it stands. So, Apache on that top spot. Obi-Wan slots himself into second then. Locking Weeks third now. Captain Pugwash fourth. Nice Chand in fifth. Dazzler sixth. Bo in seventh. Tyre Slayer in eighth. Skippy in ninth. Ricky J in 10th. Campo in 11th, Coffin Dodge 12th, Marshall in 13th and Pilgrim 14th. We'll do a lap in a second. So Apache, fastest man on circuit so far. Towards Spoon we go. The tricky double apex, it's a big wide sweeping hairpin this one. Easy to push it out wide. Marshall's just coming up to lose his penalty there then. Two yellow markers, he'll hit those. Boom, brakes go on. See that time disappear and back up to speed he can attempt to get before his next turn. What's this one? 130R? No, what's that one? I know it's got a name. No, it's got a name. Okay, let's do a little lap with Pilgrim then, shall we? So across the line, down this reasonably long start-finish straight. First bit of this corner is quite easy, carry a fair bit of speed through that bit, have to hang on the anchors though to get through this second apex. Again, easy to run it out wide onto the grass. Through the S's. Feather that throttle through here. Chucking it down third and fourth gear, switching it between them. Able to put a little bit of power down now then. Towards Degner 1 and Degner 2. Got that right? Yes I have. Ooh, a bit tricky through there. You want to be careful running on the wide of that one. It's got a little bit of AstroTurf that can catch you out. Through the little kink into the hairpin, then again can be a tricky one. If there's one or two drivers trying to get through there at the same time, can make it a little bit tricky. So this is 130R, isn't it? Is it 200R at the top of the hill? I can't remember. So into Spoon then. Again, double apex, just wanted to let it run out wide to the outside of the circuit to cut back in. Again, easy to get on the throttle a little bit early and push yourself out onto that AstroTurf there. Can make these cars just light their rear tyres up. send them spinning round. Up the hill then into what I think is 200R. Racing soft tyres, not holding on to full tilt round there. Down into the casino chicane then. Try not to cut that one. This seems to be the place where most people pick up their penalties through that particular chicane. There it is, across the line again then for Pilgrim. He moves up the field a little bit into, oh, he was 8th, he's just been nudged back down to 9th. So let's have a look back through then. It is still this man on, he's retaken pole, apologies. It's Obi-Wan and Apache had got in front of him. But he has re-secured that half a second up from Apache at the minute. Apache second, Obi in third, Dazzler in fourth, Bo fifth. Got Marshall in sixth currently. Got Captain Pugwash seventh, Ith Chand in eighth. A couple of penalties got to be lost here in this qualifying. Pilgrim in ninth, Skippy 10th, Tyre Slayer in 11th, J in 12th, Coffin Dodger in 13th. Up and Campo 14th. Risking it on the exit of that turn, Campo. So I think it's only a 10-minute qualifier. Oh, mocking Weeks. No, he's not going to do it if it is a 10-minute. It is 10 minutes, so he crosses the line, but he was on an out lap trying to get across the line to do a final hot lap there, but he is on pole. Obi-Wan has found a little bit of time, tucked himself right under the rear wing on that qualifying lap, just 0.092 behind Mocking Weeks in the end. Gets himself ahead of Apache. Is still out on track pushing, so back up the order, as is Dazzler. Same for Bo and Tyre Slayer. Marshall's going to be the next man to cross the line. A little bit slow around there, really. Stays in sixth, does Marshall. Tyre Slayer and Bo coming up towards the line. Bo stays where he is. What happened to Tyre Slayer? Oh, he moved up from 11th to 9th. We'll have a look at official results once they jump out of this lobby and go to start the race. They're a bit all over the place at the minute, but it is Mocking Weeks on that pole position. Obi in second, Apache third, Dazzler fourth, Bo fifth, Marshall sixth, Captain Pugwash in 7th, Ith Chand in 8th, Tyre Slayer 9th, Pilgrim 10th, Skippy in 11th, Mickey J in 12th, Coffin Dodger in 13th, and Campo 14th. Looking for good results again tonight then, Mocking. On in race 1. 20 minutes here then at Suzuka. I don't think there's any tyre rules. Is there tonight? Seeing anybody on a different tyre. Everybody on a racing soft for qualifying, so I'm assuming that it's a free choice of tyre throughout the evening. There are the official results then. Mocking on that top spot, Obi second, Apache in third, Dazzler fourth, Bo fifth, Marshall 6th, Captain Pugwash in 7th, Ith Chand in 8th, Tyre Slayer 9th, Pilgrim 10th, Skippy 11th, Ricky J 13th, 12th, Coffin Dodger in 13th, and Campo 14th. Here we go then, straight into race 1 then. Wait for these lights to go on. And we'll crack, here we go then, race just about to get started. We'll wait for these lights to go out. And they're off. It's a great start. Firing these cars off the line. Subaru versus Mitsubishi, then down towards turn 1. Obi's got the inside line through turn 1. Can Mocking carry the speed around the outside through the second part of the corner? No, he's run himself wide. Gets himself back on track, but falls down the order. So Obi just holding the lead, but being pressured by Dazzler at the minute for that one. Almost side by side through the S's, but it is Obi-Wan that squeezes his way through into the lead. Then Dazzler second, Apache third, Bo in fourth, Marshall in 5th, Ice Chand in 6th, Mocking Weeks in 7th, but back under pressure from Captain Pugwash and Pilgrim behind him. There is Pugwash, there is Pilgrim having a little battle of their own. Tyre Slayer in 10th, Skippy in 11th, Ricky J in 12th, skinning through Degner 2 there. Coffin Dodger in 13th, Campo just up the inside of him, but Coffin Dodger still got the inside line into the hairpin, but he's backed off. He's given Campo that position. Ricky J has managed to find himself with a bit of a penalty as well. He's going to have to lose that up this back straight. And here's Obi leading then. He's pulled a little bit of a gap over Dazzler, just half a second. Apache third, look at them streaming through Spoon. Bo in 4th, Ice Chant 5th, Marshall having a look up the inside. Mocking Weeks got himself tucked onto the back end of these two. He won't be happy about that turn 1 mistake, but we're having a little look up the inside. Again, just got to be careful when you're so close to other cars in front, you lose all aero. Make them a little bit loose when it comes into the braking zones and the corners. So still leading, still by half a second, but Dazzler keeping him right there. So Subaru leads from Mitsubishi then in turn 1. Hear those tyres squealing, you don't know where the cars are going off track. Losing that little bit of traction round turn 1. Milk livery of Bo, chasing down Apache. Still pretty close at the minute. Mocking Weeks is up the inside of Ice Chand there. He switched back up the inside. Has he made it stick? Yes, he has, up the inside. Moves up a position, then Mocking just saw that happening in the background. Ice Chant 7th, then Captain Pugwash in 8th, Pilgrim 9th. Shortcuts there from Captain Pugwash, got to be careful with that one. Skippy 10th, Tyre Slayer in 11th. Oh, we've got a little bit of chaos behind. Campo almost runs himself off circuit in 12th. Coffin Dodger follows him through. I'm not quite sure what happened to Ricky J, but he was all over the brakes and real slow through that second part of Degner. Himself at the back of the pack for the time being. Did have a little penalty to lose. That probably cost him a position or two on the previous lap. Obi still leads then. Dazzler still half a second behind him. Very well matched, these cars. Pulling a 10th on Dazzler. There they go, filing through Casino Chicane. He just pulls out another couple of tenths there. Obi gets it up to 0.7. 3/4 of a second gap. Dazzler needs to slot himself right into the slipstream. has done. Starts bringing that time back down, but we are coming towards turn 1 already. Got a little move having a look in the background there. We've got Bo having a look at Apache for third, side by side through the exit of turn 1. Jump on board with Dazzler looking back at that fight, but Apache's managed to hang on to it. Bo stays in 4th then. Marshall 5th, Mockin in 6th, just behind this battle. Top 2 then, neck and neck. The second gap back to 3rd. Oh, Bo's run himself wide. Oh, he's lost that position. Marshall goes through. Mockin Weeks is going to be all over him. The inside line through the Degners. Oof, a little bit slidey through there for Mockin, but he's just kept it on circuit. Oh, Obi's got it all wrong. Race leader has fuffed it up through the Degners, and he's ended up 6th position coming into the hairpin. Bo just running around the outside of him. He will have the inside line, yes. So Obi drops to 6th then. What a shame. Puts Dazzler into the lead of the race, and he's got now 1.2 seconds lead over Apache. Mitsubishi leads then. Apache in that Subaru in 2nd. We've got another Mitsubishi in 3rd. Mitsubishi in 4th. Mockin Weeks making up another couple of positions as well then with that mistake from Obi. All over the back of Marshall. Marshall giving Mockin Weeks that position pretty much. Chases on then for 2nd and 1st, just in front of Mockin. Not doing too bad really, considering he made a muff through turn 1, lap 1, and ended up in sort of 7th. Not tucked onto the back of the field either, but was able to close his way back up. Now 0.6 of a second behind Apache. Those apexes, Mockin trying to close those gaps up. Takes a couple of tenths out of Apache through the turn 1. Apache nearly runs himself off circuit there. Mockin's going to have a look around the outside. Inside now into this next turn. Through he goes, cleanly done. Apache's just got to be careful he doesn't leave the door open for Marshall to come through and take that position. So the chase is on now then for Mockin Weeks, 1.8 seconds behind Dazzler. There he is in front. We'll come back and check on that fight in a minute. Apache then just fending off Marshall. Oh, he's run himself wide through there as well, Apache. Marshall goes through. He's got a penalty to lose, but he does take that 3rd position off of Apache for the time being. Obi back into 5th then. Ice Chand all over his rear end coming into the hairpin. Subaru versus Subaru. Second penalty on for Ice Chan now. Pilgrim in 7th. He's got a mirror full of Skippy and Tyre Slayer. They're almost side by side coming out of the hairpin. Ricky J back up into 10th then. Got himself past Captain Pugwash, Dodger and Campo. No, Bo, no, what happened to you, Bo? I didn't see what happened to you, Bo. You were running 5th or 6th. What a shame, and a penalty. The mill cut running at the back, unfortunately. Dazzler then loses a lot of that time. Mockin Weeks gets from 1.8 down to 0.9 of a second as we just about to start lap 5. GoPro strapped in everywhere. So Mitsubishi 1st and 2nd currently. Big gaps back to 3rd place. A pair of Subarus chasing these boys down. Mockin Weeks all over the back of Dazzler for first then. But just still got that battle kicking off behind. Apache and Marshall still bumper to bumper. Obi's managed to drag those two back towards himself though. He's broken away from Ice Chan. Ice Chan's had that penalty to lose. Looks like he might have had another little mistake somewhere. They were bumper to bumper pretty much, with a half a second penalty for Ice Chan. He's now 2.5 seconds behind him. Skippy closing up on Ice Chan, dragging Pilgrim and Tyre Slayer with him. Okay, no action as yet. Good battle here for first and second. Real good battle here for third at the minute. Apache, Marshall and Obi. On board with Obi then. Was race leader at one point, Obi. Chasing Marshall, chasing Apache up the hill then. Who's going to carry the speed? Oh, Obi almost off circuit there. Apache and Marshall side by side into the casino triangle. And Obi's had to back off the throttle there as not to push it too wide onto that AstroTurf. Slowed him down a little bit to Apache and Marshall. He's still within tow range. Ice Chan, what on earth have you done? Why have you gone in the pits? Oh, tyres, that'll be why. Apache and Marshall still side by side. On board with Obi-Wan. Trying to find a way through these pair. Good battle at it though. So Obi's literally got nowhere to go at the minute. Tighter line around there. It's just pushed him out too wide though. He loses that time again. Apache and Marshall side by side. Marshall's got a run on Apache down towards deck number 1. And through he goes and holds on to it. Again, Obi still just tucked onto the back end of these two. Nowhere for him to go at the minute. Battle still hunt here at the front as well, but Dazzler's found himself with half a second penalty. That's going to gift Mocking Weeks first place when they come through Spoon, which is the very next corner. So here we go then. Dazzler's going to lose this penalty. Oh, come on, give me a better camera angle and you'll just see how fast Mocking Weeks comes flying by him. It is penalty loss just there. There goes Mocking Weeks. So a lot of tyre wear showing up on the front end of these cars. We're going to see drivers try and risk it for the whole race. 13 minutes in. Mocking Weeks not pitting this lap. We've seen a couple of drivers come in the pits. We're going to just see people run the full 20 minutes on a blown out set of tyres. Who knows? Marshall holding third, Apache holding fourth. Obi still not found a way past yet in fifth. Tyre Slayer through into sixth, out of the battle between Pilgrim and Skippy at least. Side by side between the two of those. Oh, Skippy just keeping it on track through there. In 8th then, trying to close him down. Ricky J in 9th, Captain Pugwash in 10th, Coffin Dodger in 11th, Campo in 12th, Ice Chan been in the pits, fresh set of tyres on board for him. Let's see what he can do with those. He is in 13th, and Bo as well, rolling around at the back unfortunately. Had a little bit of an incident and penalties to lose, and it's cost him. Mocking Weeks now 2.1 seconds up the road from Dazzler. Front tyres looking a little bit beaten up. Plenty of fuel on board. It's just about whether he risks it for the whole race on one set of tyres. What do we think? Is he going to go the whole hog? Go the full race? What do we think? He's looking pretty good at the minute. He's still pulling a little bit of time over Dazzler. Marshall's got a great big gap between himself and the battle for fourth now. Apache and Obi just coming into Casino Triangle. Casino chicanes. Still bumper to bumper. Tyre Slayer actually slowly closing up on these two. 3 seconds behind at the minute, but he was a long way back. Pilgrim 7th, Skippy 8th. Ricky J not too far off the back of those two. Captain Pugwash, Coffin Dodger reasonably close. Campo 12th. Ice Chand on those fresh tyres. Already starting to show big amounts of wear already. Bo still rolling at the back. Now Monkey Weeds then 16 minutes into this one. I can't see him stopping for tyres now. He's just going to have to control these and manage them around some of the faster corners. These two particularly, and the hairpin coming up. So 3.5 minutes of race one left. Looking won't come in and change his tyres unless it's a mandatory pit stop, but I don't think it is. Marshall 3 seconds down in third position. Apache and Obi-Wan side by side through here. Apache just holds on to it. Obi goes for a little look up the outside. Oh, he switched back to the inside into Spoon. Carries the speed through. Oh, he's had to give Apache plenty of room on the exit of that turn, but he has just held on to the lead and he gets into that fourth position ahead of Apache. Apache's not going to let that one go easily though, I can't imagine. They are teammates, they are both driving in the Subaru, so they're looking for points rather than positions in that respect. Risking it through there, Obi. Got to be careful you don't pick yourself up a penalty. Goes deep into that one. That's the result, allows Apache to close right back up on him. Nowhere to go though for Apache through that particular section, so he just had to stay in fifth for the time being. So Walking Weeks then 3 seconds out front. He's got 2 minutes left on the race timer. Dazzler second, Marshall third, Obi and Apache neck and neck still. Tyre Slayer from 3 seconds is now just 1.9 seconds behind these two as they battle it out. Pilgrim still got a mirror full of Skippy. There's a Ricky J slowly closing up on these two as well. Again, tyres are very, very worn out on Ricky J's and might struggle around some of these faster turns. Coffin Dodger in 10th. Safe at the minute. Captain Pugwash 2.5 seconds behind him. Campo another second behind him. Ice Chand slowly getting back through the field, but a little bit too little too late for him, I think. Put on that fresh set of tyres, but put him to the back of the pack pretty much. He's not been able to use those tyres to good advantage to get his way back through. And there's Bo, who's also found himself involved in incidents and penalties and stuff, so he's been pushed to the back of the field. Still comfortable then. Big gaps up front for the top three, top four. Apache falls off the back of Obi-Wan here, falls into the clutches of Tyre Slayer. Got to be careful he doesn't lose that position on this. Well, it could be final lap. 30 seconds left on the race timer. Mocking Weeks will see another lap. Whether everyone else does, I don't know. Through that chicane then. Nice and calmly. Same for Dazzler. Marshall just coming through there. Obi. Through there cleanly. Oh, it's kicking off here. Apache just gets his turn in before Tyre Slayer dips one up the inside. That is it. That is it. It is a 20-minute race. So Obi takes the first of the positions. He comes home in 4th. Apache takes 5th position. Well held. Tyre Slayer was all over the back of you, but he takes 6th. Pilgrim 7th. We've got Skippy in 8th. Ricky J in 9th. He was all over the back of those two by the end of this race. Then Coffin Dodger in 10th. Captain Pugwash in 11th. Campo 12th. Ice Chant 13th. And Bo 14th. So it's Mitsubishi 1, 2 and 3 here for race 1. Good old lead coming into next week's races for sure. We've still got another race to go after this one tonight anyway, so the Subaru boys could pull it all back. We'll see. So Monkey Weeks, Dazzler and Marshall, big enough gaps that they haven't got to absolutely press to sort of defend from one another. Looks like Monkey Weeks is just taking it a little bit easy around some of these corners. Tyre wear probably catching him out in 1 or 2 of them. But it is going to be a 1, 2, 3 for Mitsubishi here in race 1. Don't forget to vote for Driver of the Day, people. You can only do it in the PlayStation, in the YouTube chat. So if you want to vote for Driver of the Day, you know what to do. Get in the chat, let us know who it is. That all gets accumulated, and apparently there's prizes for Driver of the Day, Driver of the Series sort of thing. Here it is then, Mocking Weeks coming up to the line to take win 1 tonight. Comfortable as well. Dazzler in 2nd, Marshall in 3rd position. Got to give it to Mocking Weeks after getting turn 1 all wrong and ended down in 7th position ish. Was able to work his way back through the field. It did help that Obi-Wan, no offense Obi, but it did help that Obi got the Degners wrong, and that just slowed the whole field down a little bit, and he was able to catch up and get through. Take nothing away from Obi though. Again, he got it all wrong, ended up back in 4th though. Not a bad result. There are officials then. Mocking taking the win. Dazzler 2nd, Marshall 3rd. We've got 4 Subarus in the next 4 positions though. Obi, Apache, Tyre Slayer and Pilgrim in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. So still racking up the points there. We've got Skippy in 8th in the next of the Evos. Subaru of Ricky J in 9th, and then Evo, Coffin Dodger, Captain Pugwash and Campo 10th, 11th and 12th, and then Ice Chand and Bo in those last 2 WRXs. So there we go, 43. So we've got 5 minutes until race 2 kicks off. And again, I don't think there's tyre rules. Looks like everybody's going back out on a set of racing softs, probably. Does get a bit confusing with all the different lobby settings and formats. 3 15-minute races, 2 20-minute races, a 15-minute and a half an hour, full hour endurances, 50-minute endurances, 45-minute endurances. It's all a little bit random. And then in the minis on a Monday night when I was doing those, it was a 10-minute, a 15-minute and a 20-minute race. Some of it's reverse grid, some of it's tyre wear, some of it's not. Trying to keep up with it all can just get a little bit confusing. Don't forget to hit that like button as well, people. All helps the algorithms out. Pushing for those subscribers as well, but hard push in this niche sport. A lot of people are quite happy to sit and watch people race, but not so much racing with commentary, it seems. All these individual streamers that race seem to get a fair old amount of traffic. So reverse grid for race 2 as well, so that puts all the faster boys from race 1 at the back. Obviously that means they've now got to fight their way through the field back to the front. So it might be a little bit more chaotic, obviously with the slower drivers in front. They might brake earlier, take different lines on the way into corners compared to some of the faster drivers. So they can get a little bit of bumpy and bargy through the first couple of laps until they get themselves sorted out or spread out a little bit. But hopefully it's clean. That's all we want. We just want it to be clean. A bit of bumping we expect, you know, maybe not shoving people off track. We don't want to be doing that. But rubbing is racing, as long as you're not physically, you know, turning into people and pushing them off circuit or causing them to have some kind of incident. It's all fair in racing as far as I'm concerned. So 1 minute away from race 2. What I'm going to do is get myself in and turn the nonsense on now. So a Mitsubishi 123 then, can that be repeated in race 2? Or are we going to see the Subarus dominate? Again, same circuit, same setup, another 20 minutes. That's not the line, Obi. Probably what caught him out in race 1. There's always chaos in a lobby in between races. Driftertrons, there's Crashmatics, there you go, a bit of everything. Everybody's aiming for everybody else. Sensible Pilgrims, sensible Campos, sensible Coffin Dodge and sensible Bowler. Smoke trails across the circuit. I think that was Skippy. Oh, Obi-Wan completely losing control of it through there. Targeting somebody, he gets Rocky Wheats in the end though, Skippy. Again, we are just in the break between race 1 and race 2. cars everywhere. Look, there's just cars everywhere. You've not found your bit of grass then that you're not getting kicked off of. That's it. Smashtastic. Right, here we go then. Race 2. Just about to get underway. Let's get ourselves on board with pole sitter Bo. See how he gets on into turn 1. We'll see the rest of the field chasing him down. Nice Chand in second behind. Then lights go on. We wait for this second race to get underway. Start by everybody. False start so far in this one. Nice Chand looks like he's got the inside line on Bo. Again, everyone just trying to take their time early on in this race. They don't want to send themselves off circuit early on. There we go, Bo coming back at Ice Chand through the S's. Oh, a little bit of bumpy and bargy through there. Maybe just shutting the door a little bit on Ice Chand. Cold tyres just catching some of these drivers out. Everybody on the racing soft again for race 2. Ricky J deciding he's going to go for the shortcut through the grass. Unfortunately picking up a penalty in the process. Right, let's have a look through then. So it is Bo leads, then Ice Chand second, Campo third. Shall I put the mic in front of my face? You might be able to hear me. Ricky J with that penalty. Oh, we've got drivers. Oh, Skippy. He's managed to hold it with a little help from some other drivers shunting him in the right direction. I thought you were all over the place there, Skippy. Still having a little bit of a punch up through the hairpin again. Again, this is just what happens. The faster drivers just trying to find a way through this field. Can lead to a little bit of chaos. Bo leads then. Ice Chand in second. Hopefully they've spread themselves out a little bit as we come into Spoon. Ricky J in fourth, but he's got to lose this penalty coming up the hill. That's going to give Captain Pugwash at least the position, possibly even a Skippy. Got that thing pointing in the right direction. Coffin Dodger in seventh. Tyre Slayer behind him in eighth. Marshall shoving him up the track. Obi in 10th, right behind him as well. Pilgrim in 11th, Apache in 12th, Mocky Weeks in 13th, and Dazzler in 14th. So coming through to end lap 1 then. Bo leads 0.7 of a second from Ice Chand. Now Ricky J holds on to his 5th position. He does only lose 1 position to Captain Pugwash. Skippy stays behind him. Battle here though. Coffin Dodger and Tyre Slayer side by side. Obi using the slipstream of the pair of them. Oh, look at that. Tyre Slayer carrying a little bit too much speed into that corner. Oof, side by side for those two. Ah, and that's bound to be the result. Both drivers off track through there. Yeah, side by side for Coffin Dodger. I think it was Coffin Dodger and Tyre Slayer. Yeah, you're never going to get around those corners side by side for sure. I think Coffin Dodger's just slowing down, trying to let the affected Tyre Slayer catch back up and retake that position off him. You know, nobody wants it to happen, but incidents do occur, unfortunately. Tyre Slayer then trying to close that gap back up. So Bo still leads. He's got 1.3 seconds. Oh! Obi-Wan Driftertrons into the hairpin, slows him right down. He's now got Pilgrim all over his rear end. Apache and Rocket Weeks not too far back either. Having to go a little bit defensive into Spoon, just sticking his car in the middle of the circuit there. Rear end of that thing just letting go a little bit. Now can Pilgrim use the toe up the hill? It's closing up. Again, both in the Subaru. They don't want to have a little bit of a coming together as teammates. Has a look Gets up the inside of Obi. Tries to have a look around the inside of Ricky J as well. Not to be though. But he has got that position off of Obi-Wan. Pushing him down to 8th, then Obi. Weeks all over the back of Apache, heading down towards turn 1, backs off early, trying to get that tighter line. Dazzler in 11th, got himself past Coffin Dodger, Marshall and Tyre Slayer. He's still rolling around at the back at the minute. Bo still leading 1.6 seconds over Ice Champ. Third here, Campo and Captain Pugwash. Down towards the Degners. Again, this is where mistakes are made through here. People try and carry a little bit too much speed. Campo dips a couple of wheels on the AstroTurf, but holds onto it. Oh, Ricky J goes out wide. There you go. Oh no, who's that? That's who's that? That's just gone massively out wide as well. No, Coffin Dodger. Him right at the back of the pack. Then he's going to be a long way down the order now. Well, he's at the back and he's already 10 seconds behind Tyre Slayer, so that could be his race done and dusted, unless somebody else spins and bins it into the wall for him and helps him out. Bo then still leading 1.3 seconds. Ice Chan just keeping him in his sights. Campo and Captain Pugwash then side by side. Pugwash got the speed, carrying up the hill, slots his way in front before they hit the corner. So it's Subaru first and second, Mitsubishi third and fourth, and fifth. Pilgrim in a Subaru in 6th, Mocking Weeks in a Mitsubishi in 7th, Obi-Wan 8th in his Subaru. Apache 9th in his Subaru, 10th for Dazzler in his Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi in 11th of Marshall. J in the Subaru in 12th. Tyre Slayer Subaru in 13th. And Coffin Dodger Mitsubishi in 14th. So can these two stay where they are? Going to be 7 minutes into race 2. 1.8 seconds separates first and second. Gap to third then, Captain Pugwash. Being chased by Skippy and Campo, so 3.6 seconds back for Captain Pugwash at the minute. Skippy and Campo another 1.4 seconds behind him. So a little bit of work to do to catch up with that top two. Good weeks under pressure here. Pilgrim trying to get past him. Few drivers concertinaed up behind him at the minute. Side by side with Pilgrim coming into the hairpin. Mocking Weeks has got the inside line though, so should easily hold on to that. Pilgrim's 7th. Obi-Wan again, the back end of that Subaru just letting loose a little bit. He is sitting in 8th. Apache 9th. Dazzler in 10th. Marshall 11th. Tyre Slayer up a position then into 12th. Ricky J in 13th. And Coffin Dodger after that disastrous mistake through Degner 2. 12.3 seconds behind in 14th, unfortunately. Well, Bo's making this look quite easy. 2.5 seconds over Ice Chand. Now, what's he going to do for race 2? Is he going to risk another pit stop? Or is he going to try and run full length like a lot of the drivers did? If you look at the tyre wear, massive difference between his tyres and everybody else's. About half as much wear in terms of the red mark on everybody else's tyres versus Ice Chand's. So he may well have to pit them. Pugwash in 3rd, Skippy 4th, Mocking Weeks into 5th position, past Campo. Great big buffer now then Mocking Weeks has got. He was being harassed by Pilgrim and Obi-Wan, but departure of Campo into 6th position has just given him a great big chunk of breathing room between himself and Pilgrim. He's now got the stress with Obi-Wan, Dazzler, Apache and Marshall chasing him down. Slight mistakes are going to give people positions here. It's already happened. Pilgrim runs wide, Obi goes through. Dazzler goes through round the outside as well, move there. Apache also looking to run around the outside, almost runs himself off the circuit. Down towards the hairpin then. Just hangs on to that 9th, but he's lost an awful lot of positions. Oh, a little bit of contact between Apache and Marshall on the exit of that turn. Marshall gets nudged a tiny bit wide. Ricky J almost drives himself off circuit through that same section and picks up half a second penalty for the trouble. Coffee Dodger just trying to make anything back of this race at the minute. Bo still pulling time up front. That extra little bit of tyre wear is helping him out massively. Look at this, 4 seconds to gap now. Ice Chance tyres are broken. Mocking Weeks, Skippy side by side through there. Mocking Weeks just got the inside line, carries the speed through. Now chasing down 3rd of Captain Pugwash. Oh, catch Obi running wide through there as well. Carrying all the speed, but is it compromising his line and time and things like that? Oh, Marshall gets the casino triangle all wrong. Campo's found himself with half a second penalty as well through there. There is Marshall running slow then. Again, just carried too much speed into the casino chicane. Tyre Slayer having a look at him into turn 1 side by side as they run down here. Mitsubishi versus Subaru. Off in front here as well, look. Pilgrim and Campo side by side. Real good battles developing here then. Bo absolutely stomping it up the road. 5.2 seconds. Ice Chand in 2nd. Mocking Weeks up into 3rd then. He's just got himself past Captain Pugwash. Managing these tyres very well and able to put the speed and power down. What is he? 5.8 seconds away from race lead, who's only half a second behind Ice Chand. There he is, Ice Chand really struggling on his tyres. He runs deep through the hairpin. The fronts just didn't do anything for him around that turn. Just pushed the front wide. I thought Mocking Weeks was going to get the run on him on the exit. Ice Chand able to get the power down in that Subaru. Mocking Weeks chasing him back down though. Ice Chand having to brake early. Just struggling. Look how quick Mocking Weeks can close up on him around these turns. Drag race back up the hill then. He's just lifting there, giving Ice Chand a position. Ice Chand's going to be running slow through there with those non-grippy front tyres. Mocking Weeks should have pushed for that position earlier than that, I think. Side by side through there, and there goes Mocking Weeks then. That lack of tyre wear for Ice Chand. Oh, as he slots one back up the inside through the final turn. Now Mocking Weeks with the slipstream, but he's being harassed by everybody else down here. Captain Pugwash, Skippy, Obi, Dazzler. All looking for a position. Captain Pugwash has a little look up the inside. Mocking Weeks now goes up the inside of. Let's change that camera angle. We're not seeing anything from there. Mocking Weeks through then into 2nd past Ice Chand. And if he can just keep Ice Chand in that 3rd position, he should be able to pull away from everybody else behind. And hopefully start to make moves on Bo in front. 6.2 seconds the gap though. He is making waves from those drivers behind. Ice Chand with those slower tyres. Not slower tyres, just more worn out, so he can't drive as quick. He's making a right good roadblock for Mocking Weeks at the minute. That gap already up to almost 2 seconds. still leads, then Ice Chan not anymore. I think Captain Pugwash is going to get past him. And does so. Again, Ice Chan just really struggling on his tyres. Look, he just can't turn that thing in. Oh! Skippy and Obi having a little bit of bumping and a barging. Obi gets sent wide. They come back on track, neck and neck. Ice Chan still having a look at Captain Pugwash down towards Spoon. Again, he's had to back off early. His tyres really struggling. Just pushes him out wide. Look, as Dazzler slots up the inside. Skippy's got a penalty to lose through here as well, so Obi and Apache's probably going to get that position off him. Oh, Ice Chan runs deep on the exit of Spoon. Gets it back on track, but running slow. All change at the front then. So, Bo still leads 5.3 seconds. Mocking Weeks is finding time here. He has got a great big buffer back to Captain Pugwash now. 5 seconds himself. Back to the third place driver. Captain Pugwash in third then. Everybody getting their way past Ice Chan, who was being a bit of a roadblock. I'm not sure what's happened to him at the minute. I don't know whether he's come in the pits or whether he's spun himself off track. Let's have a look. So Pugwash in third, then Dazzler fourth, Apache in fifth, Obi in sixth, Marshall seventh, Tyre Slayer in eighth, Pilgrim ninth. Where are you, Ice Chan? Ricky J in 10th, Skippy in 11th, Coffin Dodger in 12th. Ice Chan is in the pits again then. Oh, 4 minutes left of the race and he's had to stick new tyres on. 13th position. He's only got Campo behind him. Maybe just learn to manage those tyres a little bit better, Ice. There is Mocking Week slowly but surely closing up on Bo here. Took the win in race one, Mocking. 3 minutes out from race, or the checkered flag at least, or kicking off behind. Pugwash and Apache having a bit of a bump and a barge through there. So the gap down to about 3 seconds, 3.1 up front. Oh, it just drops below. Mocking Wings finding some great speed through Spoon. Pushing hard then. Subaru in first place in race one, race two. Mocking Weeks in that Mitsubishi in second for race two. It was a 1, 2 and 3 for Mitsubishi in race one. Time still coming down, 2.5 seconds the gap. 2 minutes 13, was that 2:23? That can't be right. No, 2:14 previous lap then for Mocking. Still trying to close that gap down then. Dazzler holding third, Captain Pugwash in fourth, Apache in fifth, Marshall in sixth, Tyre Slayer seventh. Why am I seeing Obi in the pits? Ricky J in eighth, Pilgrim in ninth. Obi, no tyres on. Plenty of fuel. Oh, he's seeing the end of this race out in the pits, unfortunately. So he is going to come home in 14th position for Obi. As Campo comes round here, he will take that position off him. There it is. So 1.5 minutes remaining. Bo still leads, but only by 1.2 seconds. We saw this very same camera angle on the previous lap. And you can just see how close Mocking is, 1.1 seconds behind him. Mocking struggling through the hairpin. Again, everybody's tyres blown out now. You can see all the red on Bo's tyres leading this race. Mocking Week's probably very similar in terms of wear. the throttle, gap back down to a second then. There is Mocky Weeks, slowly but surely getting bigger in that rear view mirror. Not going to be able to close the gap up before the top of the hill here. But if they see another lap, it is going to be on between these two, that's for certain. 15 seconds on the race timer, they are going to see another lap. It's going to be an absolute punch-up between these two. Bo goes a little bit deep into the casino. That gives Mocky Weeks a little look on him. Half a second the gap. Across the line they go then to start this final lap. They are going to be the only two to get a sneaky lap here. Dazzler comes through to take third then. Marshall's going to come home to take fourth. Apache, oof, did he? Marshall takes fourth. Apache takes fifth. Ty Slayer come home in sixth, but tried to sneak up the inside there for that fifth position. Pugwash taking seventh. Ricky J comes home in eighth. Pilgrim will take ninth. Coffin Dodger, oh sorry, Pilgrim 10th. Coffin Dodger 11th. Skippy 12th. Campo will come home in 13th. Obi-Wan has finished this race in the pit, so he will take 14th. And we just wait for the punch-up. When's it going to happen? Here, right here is where it's going to happen. Mocky Weeks, oh, try to run it around the outside on the run into the Degners. Already looking up the inside into Degner 1. Towards this hairpin then. Tyre wear catching everybody out. Still bumper to bumper these two. 130 yard down towards Spoon. Again, nothing in it between these two. Can Mocky Weeks find his way up the inside through Spoon? Oh, he gets a wing up, but he's had to back off. Gets a good run on the exit of Spoon though. He's all over the back of Bo as they run up the hill. Going to be easily done. He's just got to get the next couple of corners right. There is Bo trying to stick with him around the outside of that corner. It's never going to work though. They run down towards Casino Triangle for this last time. It is going to be Mocky Weeks that holds on to it. To drive, he started from the back, now he's here. Forced his way through the field. Here he is, taking race 1 and race 2 win then. Got to take nothing away from Bo. He stomped it pretty much the whole lap, the whole race. He just had Mocky Weeks. Nothing he could do with the pace of Mocky Weeks, just closing him down. His tyres were absolutely blown out. Mocky Weeks had a fair old amount of extra wear left on his tyres. I was just able to make use of that and close that gap up on Bo. But yeah, take nothing away from Bo. That was a good race from him. Ice Chand, you need to do something with your tyre management, my friend. I don't know what it is, but something, because you were blown out tyres early. And there it is, race 2 done and dusted. Yeah, so real good battles in that one. Didn't seem as loose as Tokyo last week, but never mind. Still some dramas here and there. That's what we want. And there we go, race 2 done and dusted. The Mocky Weeks livery on screen again. So there he is, 2 wins for the evening. Now it's entirely up to you. You can pick him if you want, but you have got driver of the day choice. If you want to stick that in the YouTube chat, please do, and that will be accumulated up by the lobby hosts and stuff over the next couple of days, and there will be prizes for driver of the day, driver of the season, that sort of stuff. So make sure you get those votes in, people. It does help the page, it helps the channel, it helps the sim racing groups get out there. All the stuff, you know, the algorithmic stuff. You know the jisms, people. Right, that's about it from me tonight, people. I am back on Thursday night at 9 o'clock for the next round of the Porsche 911 League, also hosted by the P1 boys. Where did somebody say that was? somebody said we were going to be jumping off cliffs in the Porsche. So that's going to be interesting if we can make ourselves do that. But that's going to be Thursday night at 9 o'clock, and then same time, same place, Sunday night next week for the next round of the Evos versus the Subarus. Again, very closely matched, these things. It's been good. It'll be interesting to see what that's done to the points next week. Really good results for the Mitsubishi team in race 1. Mixed bag of results in the race 2 for both teams. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they get on. But yeah, that's going to be it from me tonight, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you click all those like buttons. Subscribe if you haven't, but you know what to do, people. Most of all, I want you to tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.